He appeared in dreams to Abraham, but he gave Moses the law. Later on, he made certain promises to Jonathan. Actually, he wrote the law with his fingertip. He spoke through dreams, he spoke through the law, he spoke through the types, he spoke through uh, ritual, he spoke through history, he spoke through poetry, he spoke through prophecy. He used all these different ways over a long period of time, using about 45 writers, and communicated his word over a period of about 1500 years. The writer to the Hebrews is saying something quite wonderful to us at this point. Have you ever stopped to think that the uh, multiplicity of writers in and of itself makes the Bible a remarkable book? Shakespeare's writings was great on the human plane, but Shakespeare was the only author of his work. He didn't wait for a modern Hollywood writer to write any of his plays. In fact, the Hollywood writers wreck Shakespeare's plays. On the other hand, God used many human writers to write the Bible. He used men with different backgrounds and different abilities. One of them, Simon Peter, did not do so well with the Greek language, but I am not going to criticize him because I had 9 years of Greek. And it's McGee and not me. I had 4 semesters, which is 2 years. I do much worse with it than Simon Peter did. But God used Peter, nevertheless, the writer of the Epistle of the Hebrews, and I believe it was Paul, was a master of the Greek language. When Paul wrote to the Galatians and to the Corinthians, he got right down where the rubber meets the road. He used the language that they used down on the waterfront. And Paul had been down on the waterfront because he traveled a great deal by boat. But his letter to the Hebrew is a work of art. Oh, this epistle opens up on a grand scale. God. There is nothing before it to try to prove he exists. If you deny the existence of God, the problem is with you, not with God. So many little men who carry a PhD degree deny that God exists. My thought is, who are they? Put one of those phony little minded minds down by the side of God, and it becomes obvious why God did not waste his time proving who he is. If any person is going to come to God, this person must first believe that God is. It's one of our steps in Celebrate Recovery, uh, believing that God, we must believe that God exists. Spake in times past unto the fathers, who are the fathers mentioned in this verse. They are Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joshua, Moses, David, Isaiah, etc. These are the fathers, but they are not my fathers, and they are not your fathers either. Obviously, this is being written to the people who could call Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob their fathers, which the reason it is called the Epistle to the Hebrews. Nevertheless, he is God of the Gentiles also, and we can be thankful for that. Spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets. A prophet is one who spake for God, and in order to of speaking for God, he could speak of things that were in the future. God spake through many men who were prophets, and they were tremendous men with tremendous messages. It took all of them to put together to give us the Old Testament, but the best that could be said is that they gave merely a partial revelations. But now we will see that God has spoken finally, completely, adequately, and assuredly in his Son. And that concludes that section. It was a lengthy section.